Somebody said how long? This is a question for all three of us, I guess. How long did it take each one of us to get our first wholesale deal?
That's a good question. Let me go first on that.
Go.
8 months for me, bro. Consistent work. 8 months consistent work for me.
Yeah, took me 2 years. The first year I was not super focused. Had action analysis paralysis, every excuse in the world why I wasn't taking action and getting things done. Then in the second year, I kind of made the decision I was going to work as hard as possible, start getting things done. And in about 2 years, I was able to do that first deal.
So question, were both of you guys full-time or were you working something else?
No, I had a job.
I had a job, bro. And that job kept me motivated, bro. No way in hell I was doing it the rest of my life.
Wait, Nas, where were you working at?
Believe it or not, at that time, I did my first deal. I was working for a great company. I mean, it was a great company, but I just ain't shit. So with that being said, man, it's one of the top investment companies. Yo, look, the joint was so crazy, son. When they fired me, right? They let me go in November. And they was being nice to me. But let me explain to you how, bro, I guess at the time, I must have been useless as a white crayon, bro. Look, let me tell you, real talk. Called me, I was late. I was using the bathroom. I was late to getting fired. So they called me in that joint, right? As soon as I sat down, hey, yo, come in here. It was November. They was like, all right, so it's me, the manager, and dude from HR. And so I'm like, oh, it's like, yo, look.
You thought it was a promotion?
Nah, I knew it wasn't no promotion. I knew it wasn't promoting me, bro. But it was like, yo, look, we downsizing. And for us downsizing, we cutting your position and all this. Our manager's like, I told you you had some things coming. I'm like, yo, it's cool. Like, yo, yeah, hey, it's cool. It's all good. So, and the reason why I didn't take it in a negative way or harshly, because I've never seen myself as an employee the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, they like, so look, we eliminating your position, but we keeping you on payroll till January 1st. But don't come back here no more. And I was, son, that's what they told me, bro.
Don't come back.
But don't come back, bro.
So they're giving you 2 months of payroll.
Swear to God.
They didn't want you around that bad.
They didn't want me around that bad, son.
They said, bro, we're going to pay you for 2 months.
2 months.
But please don't come back to the building.
I swear to God. And this is a prestigious company. So they made me sign something like a 5-year NDA that I can't speak on. You know what I mean? And I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm like, they looked me out. Because one of the things they was like, look, and then after we keep you on to this day, like January 3rd, you'll be for 12 months. So you eligible for a 3-week severance. So I'm like, it's all good, bro. Like, I ain't coming back to the building. There ain't no trouble for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
I ain't never heard of nobody getting paid for 2 months not to come back to the building.
Yeah, I was terrible, son. I was terrible, bro. I did not. I was in my 20s, but when I was in my 20s, I ain't going to work for work. I went to work for party. You know what I'm saying? I was partying bullshit for real talk. So I'm like, man, you know what it is. It's party and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, listen, I used to work in a call center, so I definitely know.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, but at that time, I started off in the call center, but then they outsourced the call center down to Atlanta, and they had me in that joint processing like life insurance policies, and I guess I was terrible at it apparently, and they was just like, yo, you got to go, you know what I mean? So security, right? So security, when they was walking me out, I'm like, he's like, yo, bro, you gotta just take the tape. I'm like, yo, come on, bro, let me take these pins, bro, because I had to steal something. I had to steal something. You know what I mean? I had to steal something, bro. Like, yo.
So you took all the pins on the security desk?
Nah, like in my desk. You know what I mean? Because they was like, yo, just take with your stuff now. Anything else, we gonna come clean it out and send it to you.
They wouldn't even let you come back to get your stuff.
Oh hell no, nah. They took my badge at the door, bro. Like when they want me, yo, your badge, it's out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, those big companies do that, man.
Yeah, I had to tell security at the gate because I couldn't swipe myself out.
So you couldn't even get out the building, man.
Word up, son. Like, yeah, they played me, man.
Hey, today my last day.
Wait, Max, how long did it take you to do your first deal, man?
My situation was different. I didn't have a job. I was back home with my mom, so I was very back against the wall, motivated to get out. So it took me 3 weeks to get my first deal under contract, and it was inside of the neighborhood I grew up in. So I was familiar with the area. But you know, some people, I've seen people get their first deals very quickly, and then it can be damaging too. But luckily, my back was against the wall. I had to win.
Yeah, Max, can we stop there? All right. So a few things you said at We Live, right? What was that? We Live 2020. So
yeah, in Atlanta.
Yeah, you said that you were uncomfortable because of, first of all, you experienced, you tasted the good life. You was out on your own. You go and come as you please. You could have as much company or as minimum company as you wanted. Then you was in mom house, and all that was just like, that's over with.
It was over with. Yeah, I left home at 17. I had to come back at 30.
Damn,
almost 31.
Yeah,
that's pressure right there.
Yeah, I left home at 24. But anyway, let me say this. I'm making the point. I think that when you're uncomfortable, that's when you're going to be most motivated to do some shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 110%, man.
Bro, when you have that, yeah.
Yo, listen, I tell people all the time, you got to embrace and touch your rock bottom. Like once you get there, I've been there. Once you get there and you can feel that should be all the motivation that you need to attack and go get any and everything that you want out of life. It's just like being at the pool, man. You at the pool and you in 3 feet of water, and all summer you looking at everybody jumping in 8 feet. Man, they look like they're having a good time. They over there jumping off the diving board, boom, boom, boom.
Come on, the guy.
You already know how to swim though. You just scared, right? You just scared of the deep end. And then you walk in and somebody throw you in, and you all of a sudden you touch the bottom of that pool, and it's a mental breakthrough. You're like, wait, that was it? Like that was all that it was? Right? Like all I had to do was just jump in and touch the bottom of the pool. Now, next thing you know, you jumping off the diving board doing flips, but you gotta embrace touching the bottom, man. That's so important. You gotta embrace touching the bottom. It's nothing like having your back against the wall.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. The back against the wall. I think because one of my guys that I had on the podcast, Coach Lynch, he was like, when they buried me, they didn't know. When they buried me, they didn't know I was a seed. Some of your greatest things come out of your darkest times. And that's real.